Kevin was coming on Kevin Durant's Instagram. Kevin Durant didn't choose Brooklyn. Kevin Durant chose Kyrie Irving. That's the story. They didn't talk to Brooklyn. Didn't talk to the owners. Didn't talk to the GM. Didn't talk to the scouts. Didn't tell anybody. He just chose Kyrie Irving, and this is why I have problems with it. We all know there's some people you have flings with, and there's some people you marry. Steph Curry's temperament is the kind that lasts forever. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson will hang out forever. That's a marriage. Their personalities, their temperaments, they're givers. Kyrie Irving and Westbrook, history tells you, resumes tell you, are flings. It's hot, it's cold, the earth is flat, confrontational with coaches, confrontational with players. Kevin Durant chose Kyrie Irving's temperament and personality over Steph Curry's. I believe Steph Curry, that's what you marry. I believe Kyrie Irving, that's the fling. And those relationships are all based on personalities. Doesn't matter if two rich people marry or two poor people or two equally educated people. If you have two takers, it's tough. If you have two givers, it's got a better chance. When I look at Kevin Durant going to the Nets, what I see is Kevin Durant left a giver, Steph Curry. Here, I'll space better. You shoot. It's your team. You win the title. I'll back off. To a taker. LeBron, too much. Brad Stevens, I won't listen. Jason Tatum, confrontational. It's a choice you make. I wouldn't make it. They'll win a bunch of games. I don't doubt that. They're super talented. But you read the story today, Kevin Durant never talked to Brooklyn. He didn't choose that coach. He didn't choose that GM. He didn't choose that city. He chose that player. That player's Kyrie Irving. Steph Curry's very Tom Brady. Just look at him. Family, give, support, relinquish. Kyrie Irving is the opposite of that. Talented, not disputing any of that. But when Paul George chose Westbrook, we all knew this is a fling. This isn't a marriage, and it didn't last 3 full years. All right, good stuff today. I was thinking about something watching the All-Star game last night. I was thinking of a lot of things. I love that they mic players. I absolutely love that. Absolutely love in baseball when you mic players and I get inside and access. Also, in 1 hour from now, I'm going to have my 5 college football bets of the year over and under. I do this every year in July, early July. Vegas sets the lines on win totals, and I say, bet the over. They'll win more than Vegas says, or bet the under. Listen, if you don't want free money, don't take it. That's all I'm saying. Joy Taylor is joining me. Cliff Averill of the Seahawks also coming up next hour. He's always a great guest. Folks, summer's here. It's barbecue season. It's grill season. I didn't last night. I took a rare night off. But when I need my high-density protein, Butcher Box, they work closely with the best farms and companies, raise animals humanely, no added hormones or antibiotics ever. Grass-fed beef, organic chicken, wild-caught salmon, all delivered to your door with free shipping, which translates to less than $6 a meal. And by the way, last night I actually went to a restaurant and I ordered salmon, and it was not $6 a meal. I can assure you that. Butcher Box is making sure you have all your barbecue burgers for the season. So anybody that signs up, any new member at butcherbox.com/herd gets $20 off the first box plus 6 free burgers until mid-October. In every box until October 15th. Butcherbox.com/herd, $20, 6 in America. And having an unrealistic tampering rule, what do you want to do? Seize their cell phone records? By the way, leagues are hypocrites. Broadcast companies are hypocrites. They're interviewing before contracts are up with leagues. It's flirting. It's harmless. And by the way, the reality is flirting, martini lunches, talking, it's always been part of business. It's relationships. Basketball is a relationship sport. High school, college. I mean, it's a very small community. Everybody knows everybody. So, and what he said, Adam Silver came out and said, it's pointless to have rules that I can't enforce. I totally agree. As a parent, I don't create rigid rules that I can't enforce. You're going to drink in college. Just don't be an idiot. You know, don't go to a third cocktail or a 5th beer. I think that's good parenting. Unrealistic parenting is don't do this and don't do this and do this and do this. And they're not in the house. They're at college with a bunch of 18-year-olds. They're going to make bad decisions. You just hope they make few of them. So I agree with Adam Silver. The tampering rule, you can't enforce it. It makes it look like the league has no integrity. When you create a law and nobody follows it, it's a bad look for the NBA. So as a parent of the league, I totally agree with Adam Silver on this. The second thing he's bothered with, and this is where I have a problem, he says, I do not like these players breaking contracts. He said, it's it's disheartening. Yes, it is. And here's Adam Silver talking about this.
Trade demands are disheartening. They're disheartening to the team. They're disheartening to the community and don't serve the player well. That's an issue that needs to be addressed. And there's not a simple solution.
There isn't a simple solution, but as a parent, here's another rule. If you baby your kid, they become a brat. If, in psychology of parenting, don't overcompliment your kid. You're the greatest kid. That's the greatest shot. No, give them appropriate comments so they're realistically understanding the world they're going to grow up in. This is where I think Adam Silver's made a mistake. Adam, I like tampering. I'm for mobility. I'm pro Kevin Durant moving. I am Mr. Mobility in my career. I am pro mobility for players. But when you coddle and baby employees, sometimes they're brats. When I came to Fox, I signed a 4-year contract. If it would have been a disaster, ethically, I'm going to serve my 4-year contract. That's the integrity of the contract. Players are breaking contracts, Adam, because their every whim is served by you. David Stern was pro player, but he made moves without okaying everything. He introduced a new ball, didn't tell the players. They didn't like it. But he didn't go around letting players labor control the entire league. Listen, these players right now, I just saw a story this morning that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George signed the exact same contract, the 2+1 with a player option. So once again, in 3 years, they'll be able to move. This league is totally pro player, and I'm for it. Baseball players get locked in for 8-10 years. NFL players can be cut. Hockey players, there's limited, a very low ceiling on what they can make. In the NBA, you can make a ton. You can move. LeBron did a 1-year deal. KD did a 1-year deal. I have no problem with LeBron bouncing around the league on 1-year deals. I have no problem with KD. I wouldn't have done it, but moving to Brooklyn on 1-year deals. I am so pro mobility, and I am so pro giving my kids some compliments. But I don't want to spoil them because I don't want them to be brats. And I don't want to over-compliment them because I don't want them to think everything they do is amazing. And sometimes they're not good at stuff, and it's okay to have a real, authentic conversation with your kids. This is where Adam Silver, to me, has made a mistake. Too many times, LeBron wants this. Okay. I like getting rid of some back-to-backs. I like embracing gambling. I like allowing players the freedom to move. Basketball culture, I like flirting. Tampering's a stupid word. But you ultimately get the kids that you help create. And it's okay to hold players to contracts. Because, by the way, if players in the NBA start to treat contracts like they don't matter, ask yourself, who's going to win in a court of law, billionaires or millionaires? What if owners after a while say, players are breaking these contracts. Why should I have to pay them all this money? Like, there has to be integrity for the guy or the woman that run a franchise or own a franchise. You've got to have league integrity. So, yes, good parenting on tampering. Don't create rules you can't enforce as a commissioner or a parent. But a lot of the problems you're seeing right now with players breaking contracts, when Paul George signed with Russell Westbrook, what did I say? Oh, that's not going to work long time. Paul George and his agent have to eat that. Suck it up. Everybody in the world knew that's a terrible move. Westbrook over LeBron, Oklahoma City over your home state, California. Yeah, that's not going to last forever. Own it. Deal with it. Integrity. This one's on Adam Silver. Let me talk about this. The whole Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving thing is at the heart of what we're talking about, players moving. I'm okay with it. But I'm hearing a lot of this. Kevin Durant chose Brooklyn. No, he didn't. He didn't choose Brooklyn. By the way, story comes out today. The general manager of Brooklyn never even had a meeting with Kevin Durant. How did he find out